Hi, I'm Cherry and this is Cherry's Creations, and today, come crochet with me. I'm working on my very own, my very first crochet pattern for complete outfit. So this is going to be a top and a skirt outfit, or actually no, sorry, a top and her shorts. The top I'm going to be using one of these little rings for my top straps, and then it's going to corset across the back. I'm also using a 3.5mm hook for this particular project. I usually use between a 4 and a 5.5mm hook. For some reason, this is the one I decided to use. And today I'm using the Lions brand Chick Creek yarn. I really like this color. Yeah, it's just the first color I decided to make with this one. And I'm doing it's basically a granny stitch, but I am adding an extra, I'm doing the single crochet in between each. So it's 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then another, and then 3 more double crochets. So I'm adding a little bit more space in between each chain to give it more of a stretch. Or in between each space, I should say. But I'm doing this until I get the side here. I started to flatten. I started by making just the triangle until I got it to where it covered wide enough for me. And now I'm going to flatten out the edge so I get it all the way down the side. So that is basically what I am working on today. So leave a comment and let me know what you are crocheting today. Chain 1. I feel like I have not made video in forever, because it has been forever. I had to stop working, I stopped recording because I broke my back, and then after I healed, life was just a little too crazy. I wasn't finding the time, and now, I don't really have the time now either, but isn't my channel and my business, because I am dropping my Etsy store. I'm hoping to do that as soon as I get this mocked up and a few of them made. I'm going to drop start my Etsy store, and this is going to be the very first product in there is this complete outfit. So, and they will be made to order based on measurements, not size, and color preference. So, very excited about that. And for this part, to extend this up my side to keep it flat like this instead of doing the chain 1 here like I have been for the rest of these spaces, I'm going to skip the chain 1 and then do just 1 double crochet here, and that's going to lengthen that. And then I'm going to chain 3, maybe, turn my work, and then in this, and then I'm going to skip and start another one, and then do another granny stitch there, the 3 double crochets, and that is also going to keep that side flat by chaining just 1. If I was chaining 4, it would add that extra chain 1 space and it would give us more room, but since we're flattening on the sides now, I'm going to keep it at a chain 3. Then chain 1 and again all the way up the other side. I really like this pattern. I started making crochet rompers, which I found a YouTube video for that, and I can put the link for that into this video. But I started with that. I made a couple of those, and I really liked the way they built up. But I wanted to change the shape of the shirt and give it a little more stability. So decided to change it this way. And then for my rings, I've never really seen anybody use. I've seen a couple shirts that have these in them, but they're not very common. But I like the way it'll hold its own shape. So I think it'll be a really cute top part for the neckline. And then my favorite way has always been a corset to keep everything snug and in its place. It's easier to tie things tighter that way and make them just fit better. It helps keep it snug to the body. So that's why I prefer the corset style back instead of, I was thinking about doing like a single crochet panel for the back, but I feel like over time it's going to stretch and loosen, and it'll make the top looser, and then you'd have to buy a new one because there's no way to retighten it once it's loosened up, once the yarn is just stretched out. So that's why I am going with the corset for the back instead of that. It's taken multiple days of planning, restarting, frogging to finally get to the point that I'm happy with it, to say the least. But again, this is my first outfit. I've created a couple original shirts for myself, but then I just left it at that. This one I'm actually planning on writing out the entire pattern and maybe even selling the pattern as well, not just the completed projects, because I know for myself, I like to crochet items for myself because I can try them on and get them to fit me the way I want them to. Everybody tape is different, and yeah, so that's why I personally prefer making my own crochet items. Not everybody can crochet, so I want to make items as well for those who can't. So I am thinking about making up the pattern and selling the pattern as well. And then at the top, we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets, and that's going to make our top corner, which is where we are going to attach our ring. I'm hoping today to make today's crochet with me video at least an hour and a half long. I do record my videos and post them pretty much raw. I don't have a whole lot of equipment right now. I'm just starting out, so everything is pretty much done from my phone. So yeah, the video will be posted as it is. I should probably move it a little bit closer. There we go. If you're new to my channel, the reason I even do crochet with me videos is because it helps me stay motivated and wanting to crochet daily. It's sometimes a little difficult to get into the headspace of I need to crochet and I need to crochet for multiple hours, but for some reason when I'm recording myself, it gives me the motivation to just keep going so I can get more done. Seems like in an hour on video than 3 hours not being on video, and I think that's just mainly because my phone is busy. Feels like somebody's watching me and telling me I have to crochet, and well, my phone is being preoccupied, so I can't mess with it. Almost put 4 there. Must at least keep count if I'm not going to keep watch. I do watch TV and crochet. Sometimes I read a crochet, especially if I'm doing a stitch like this, where it's just a double crochet over and over and over again. It's not really something I need to watch. I just need to pay attention to where my flat sides are. Okay, that's a little better. Open my curtain a little bit more so I can have a little more natural light in here. One, two, three in turn, not one in turn. What was that? That would have made my side look real funky. And I think I'm going to do maybe another 3 more rows and measure and see how much farther I'd need. Because right now I'm just extending the sides because I want this to go all the way down. I want it to be a full coverage frontal shirt, not a cropped shirt. I will have it available for cropped for people who want it cropped, but me personally, I don't wear cropped shirts. I'm a mother of 5, so I just don't wear those, not anymore. But I have a couple teenage daughters, an 18-year-old that I'm sure will absolutely love the cropped version of this. So, a cropped version will be made available, and I think I'm going to put an option on the short length as well, because some people like their shorts down to their knees and some do not. So I think I'm going to put options on that as well. It's just something I'm going to have to play with the pattern for, but a quick, simple message would always be easy to make things more for your style and your taste. And that's what I love about crochet, is even if I make the exact same outfit and the exact same color for 3 different people, they won't actually be the exact same because they'll all be shaped and sized different. It's the great thing about being human. We're all different. And I babble with the crochet with me in case no one noticed. I feel like a crazy person sitting here talking to myself. If I don't sit here and talk to myself, you'll just be watching me crochet in silence. You've seen some of my videos. I do that too. Son is on his dirt bike. What else do we make first? Excuse me. Trying to grab the top. Okay. Another point. 2, 3. Chain 2. 1, 2, 3. And this also helps me with timing myself on how long a project takes as well. The video. I doubt it. Dramatic. Why are children always dramatic? She coughed one time. I'm dying. I won't so maybe get a couple waters instead of going to bug your brothers. I almost forgot to chain one. I can tell when I do that it looks real funky. Siblings, always so fun. It's so nice to each other. Enough yarn. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Almost back to the other side, so that will be 1 row done, do 2 more, and then I will measure and see where I'm at, because I need a size medium. And like I said, I'm going all the way down to the hip, so the waist, top of the shorts. Now I'm trying to make them even longer. Okay, 2, 3, and turn. And I really like how the edge makes a nice area for the corset part of the body. You're not gonna have to like stick it in crazy deep, because I will do a border on it, but it'll still have the nice clean edge. So super easy, super fast to work up. And like I said, I just started with a triangle, so I did a chain 5 in the very first stitch, or the 5th from the hook, whichever way you want to do that. Do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets, and then chain 1 and 1 double crochet, and that will make the triangle that I started with. And then just granny stitch it around until you have it big enough for your sides, and then the straight edge down like I was showing you. And it's, like I said, it's super easy, it's super quick, which is why I think writing up a pattern for it wouldn't actually be very hard, but since it's the first written pattern I've ever considered, I'm a little scared. But I said that when I switched from blankets to tops to clothes, or I should say to clothes, because I do make shorts and skirts and pants as well as tops. But I did switch. I originally only made blankets, and one day I decided I wanted to make tops, and now I'm making outfits. So I never thought I could do that switch, so I think even though writing the pattern is very intimidating, I think I'll be able to get it done. It's just been a matter of taking the time to do it. Life is hectic. It has been very hectic since school got out for summer. It's different when the kids are in school all day and I have some free time. I can't really record in front of people. I'm not sure how people record in public places or even in front of their spouses or their family or with their family. I'm very nervous. I feel like everything I do is just unnatural. So I've had a very hard time staying consistent with posting, but I'm working on it, trying to get better. And a little bit better with my self-confidence since I got proper ADHD medication. Waiting until you're 36 to find out you have ADHD and start treating it is not really the path I would recommend. But now that I'm starting to feel more confident and more happy in my own skin, so recording is a little bit easier. And I just did the top, like I said, super fast, super easy to work up. Maybe just popped. Chain 1, 2, 3 double crochets. It is a very repetitive pattern, which I think is why I like it so much. I can just let my hands go and I don't really have to overthink it. There's not a bunch of counting. And by doing everything based off of measurements, I can make the shirt fit the way you want it to instead of the way it would have if you bought it at a store. Everything being so difficult. Oh! The dirt bike and the side-by-sides. Now more of the kids are out. Or at least 3. Which is great. I love that they have stuff that they can do during the summer that gets them out of the house, off their video games, and gets them some sun. In the wintertime, they're glued to their video games, which is fine. Freezing outside. I don't need anybody catching pneumonia, but during the summer I'm glad they have more stuff to do. And it gives me free time to record, because like I said, I can't do it in front of people, not even them. Because I gave them life does not mean I can have them stand there and watch me record myself. They'll even make their TikToks in my kitchen. I'm like, you know I'm here, right? I can see you. It doesn't bother you, because it bothers me. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm a weirdo. I am the one sitting in her living room right now, talking to herself while crocheting. So, I think that tracks. I think I'm a weird one. Anyway, almost done with this row. That'll be row 2, one more row, and then I'm going to measure it and see about how many more rows I need before I can start adding straps and a border. But as you can tell, the neck piece isn't started yet, because I'm actually going to make a shirt, do the bottom straps first for the corset, and then I'm going to add the ring and do the neck strap. And I believe I'm going to make that as a tie as well. I have seen some that do it where it just slips over your head. And again, yarn stretches, and you stretch it so many times, especially with washes, that it is going to loosen up over time. With age, it's going to loosen up. So I think making it a tie will be able to give it longevity and keep it being a piece that is wearable longer. It's not like you can cut the straps and make it into a tie. If I made it into a ring, that would just unravel the whole top. So to avoid that, we're just going to make it tieable. Hate it when you don't grab every piece of it. There we go. the last granny stitch, so no chain one, just a single double crochet in that last one to extend the edge. That's the end of row 2, so I got one more row. We're going to measure it. 1, 2, 3, and turn. Right, I've already done 3 rows. I've only been filming for 25 minutes. My yarn would stop getting caught. It would be going a little faster. It only does this when I'm filming. I never have any issues if I'm just sitting here by myself in the quiet. Just pumping out rows. Then the second the camera turns on, I'm missing stuff, I'm skipping stuff. And I don't know if it's the fear that someone's going to watch it and say something bad, or the fear that no one's going to watch the videos. I can't decide. But the fear is there. The fear is definitely there. I'm completely obsessed with my nails right now. I keep just like stopping to look at them. Super green and bandana print, and I love them. I'm obsessed right now. I just got them yesterday. I'm obsessed. On my ring today, that never happens either. I'm really hoping to have this completely done today. I don't think there's any reason why I shouldn't. I feel like I'm only, I don't know, I'm thinking 5 or 6 more rows away from being done. That's what I'm thinking. Because I do want a full coverage shirt. And I am using a smaller hook than I normally do. I'm not sure why. I just really like the way it looks with these little tighter groupings. I feel like I tend to wear my crochet stuff to like more festivals and stuff like that. Like I made a couple outfits for Jam Cruise, and then I wore those to Pretty Lights at Yondan. And I really like the tighter pattern with the smaller hook size than I did a pair that I have in a bigger hook size. It just felt like the holes were bigger and I was getting a lot more air. So yeah, I think I really like this way, this smaller hook better. It of course does take a little bit longer because you've got to double the rows to cover the same amount of coverage. See, nobody comes in here and talks to me. I could sit in here and crochet for hours. No one will come in here to talk to me. Except for when I'm on camera. that's interesting. Put a chain one in the middle of the granny stitch. I don't think I've ever done that before. Not even crocheting, not even when I was not looking. Couple more stitches. This row will be done. Do some measuring. Let's see how much longer I have to go. Every row that I finish on this project just gets me more and more excited about this project. I'm definitely one of those type of crocheters that has like 7 or 8 whips that I am constantly working on. In fact, over here, pair of spiral basketball shorts I'm trying to make. My significant other, my fiance, is constantly trying to challenge me, and he loves basketball shorts. So this is my newest challenge from him. He's a total sweetheart. He does support me completely and wears all of the crochet outfits I make him on jam crews and music festivals and anything like that. So he's very supportive, so I have no problem with him challenging me at all. I love that he challenges me and believes that I'm capable of doing it. But the spiral, man, it's a little much to stare at for long periods of time. I have to work on it in increments. Can't just sit there and spiral it all out. Okay, so after measuring it, I've come to the conclusion that I need about 3 more inches, so that's 4 rows. And then I'm going to add a border as well. So that should be pretty perfect, actually. And that will not take me very long at all, since I have done 4 rows in the 32 minutes that we've been on. So this should be able to finish this one maybe in the next 2 hours. That's very exciting. Okay. Chain 3. Turn. It's not 4 in a granny stitch. Granny stitch chain 1, not 4. Okay. 2, 3, chain 1. There we go. And I think, well, I know, not that I think, I know that I want to start pushing my social media even more, so even if nobody watches this video, I think I know I'm still going to post another one tomorrow. I'm trying to be a more positive person. It can be hard. But as a mother of 5 and a widow, I know exactly how hard life can get, and I've decided I'm going to stop letting life bully me around and make my decisions, and it's time I take some control here. So my goal in life is to go to music festivals around the world and see people wearing my clothes. So I'm going to do that. Even if I'm the only one that thinks I can. No, it's fine. I know for a festival type of person that this was kind of a bland color to start with, but really this was the color I wanted the first one I wanted to wear was gonna be. Like, I don't want to make it just for festivals. Like summer, crochet clothes are very nice for the summer. They're breathable, and you can get them made in all kinds of crazy colors and styles, and I absolutely love my crochet outfits. So when I thought about a new top and short outfit that I would want for myself, this was just the first color I picked. I even have khaki and black that I want to make it in, but I also have a couple pastels and neon colors that I'm going to make it in, just so people can see exactly how broad it can get. So that is step one. And the plan right now is just to make like 4 or 5 different sets of these and hopefully start making them for other people. But I am very happy with making myself multiple sets so I can wear them because I'm very excited about this pattern. I've been working on this for so long that I've actually been dreaming about the finished product and the amazing colors I will be able to do it in the various ways I will be able to style it and places I will be able to wear it, and I'm excited. Because the shorts could even be made into pants if you wanted to. Like, I'm thinking I want to do, when I do a black set, because I know I'm going to do a black set, you have to have one in black. You always have to have one in black. I'm thinking about when I do the black set, maybe I'll do that with bell bottoms instead of shorts. I'm very excited for that. I will definitely be posting that outfit when it's done. But this is how my process works. I get started onto one, and I get so excited about it, I just start planning the next ones, and the next ones, and the next ones. And I've already got like 6 or 7 ways I want to do this. It's too bad I can't crochet faster. I think I crochet decently fast, but maybe if I had 2 sets of hands, so I could always crochet. Anyways, 18-year-old and her drama. Don't get. They're so dramatic. At least mine is. Maybe they're not all. But mine definitely is. She thinks everything is the end of the world. One. I'm so excited. At first, even though that's me, I'm the one designing it. It's my decisions. When I first started this, I really thought I needed to start with the ring and then couldn't figure out how to build a triangle. Yeah, I was overthinking it and overworking it, not even idolizing the fact that I could put it on when it was done. It took me forever just to figure out just where to start. Hello! Ugh! Everybody coming in here. You better not. Just threaten to go find my channel. Better not. Leave me alone. Crochets in peace. So actually I'm row 3 now because they were in here for a long time. So row 3 out of 4. I'm actually really impressed with myself that I kept count of that and I didn't have to remeasure. I'm really bad at keeping count of my rows. Not my favorite. Well, the issue with watching TV while I'm crocheting on video is I have to watch it on mute and read subtitles too. I've had some of my videos flagged with my background noise is infringing and whatever. So I was watching TV through that. Okay, only a few more, and then we are at the edge again, and that'll be the final row, and I'm gonna, of course, remeasure again. I am really good at underestimating myself, or getting excited, and getting a product finished, and be like, oh, I should have done one more row, that's a little short. So we're gonna remeasure, and remeasure, and remeasure, make sure it's all going to fit properly. Okay. That's the last chain one for this row. There's another chain one for the end. For the last one. So just a single double crochet, chain 3, which is that same single double crochet that we just did to start the next one. And this, wasn't that the last row? Yeah, that was the last row. Or not. Alright. Measure it one last time and then see if we're on the last row or not. If that was the last one or not. Okay, so what's the last row? Now, what I'm going to do now is simply put 3 single crochets in each space, since it is a double crochet, which is 3. So, yeah. We're going to do that all the way around until we get to the bottom. And then we're going to make 2 scraps, one on each side for the bottom. And I'll just chain that out. And I'm probably going to do, let's see, how long of a chain do I want? I'm going to want to force it up the back. So I'm thinking maybe about 30 inches off each side. So I can corset it up the back and have a pretty good amount to work with. You can corset it more or less depending on how much detail you want for your tie. So I think that's about what I'm going to do. So we're going to chain 1, and then at the top, since I'm going to be attaching the ring, the top, okay. Since I'm going to be attaching the ring there, Um, I do want to make sure that that's nice and opened up a little bit, and we're going to, so the border is going to go over the top as well, so I don't need to worry about straps there. Yeah, so single crochet all the way around, make everything look nice and even and just more put together. I feel like a border is always necessary for project, but I guess that's just my preference. If you want to do a border on your stuff, you don't have to. But I like the nice clean finish it gives it. And I'm probably going to get down this one side and then decide if I want to keep doing, if I'm going to actually do singles, or if I'm going to take frog it and do half doubles. Because I have been contemplating how that would look too, if it would look too bulky and not streamline enough. Yeah, we're just going with 3 single crochets for this first test in each space. And then for our chain, for our straps, we'll just chain it out, slip stitch back, and then continue with the border. So super easy, super fast. How I like to keep it simple. Crochet already takes a long time. Why do we have to complicate things? Pattern gives me a headache just trying to read it. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, I really like the way that's looking there. That's with a border, and that's without. That definitely looks way better. And I love how even it all looks. Sometimes I even impress me. Just kidding. I do it all. I impress me all the time. There's only 2 over there. I was gonna skip one. I was looking at how nice it was looking and got distracted. Now, this first one does curl a little bit. The very first time that you flatten it will curl a little bit because you start with a chain 3 when you've been starting with a chain 4 the entire time. So it's a little bit tighter, but you are going to be tying it from down from there, so it will straighten out. And actually it straightens out once you put a couple double crochets in there. I'm only going to put 2 in the very bottom one, and then I'm going to start doing that chain. And like I said, I do stuff off of measurements, not off of counting. So it makes this a little faster. It's one thing that crochet has taught me over the years is that I am a horrible counter. It's not a strong suit. Slow down, you actually have yarn in order to chain. Mario. 45 inches. I want to try not to pull when I do this because we want to stretch. We're not trying to get stretched measurement, just a rough guesstimate. It doesn't need to be exactly 30 inches. That's the range we're looking for. Probably not the most accurate way to measure things, but that's how I do it. Okay, so including having my stepson in town, I think it's now been my fiance, my stepson. Two of my older daughters have come all the way in here. One of my sons. I've seen the other two kids, so they haven't come in here to talk to me. It's only because I'm recording them. Okay, so I have it. It's actually more like 33 inches because I just kept on going. But that's okay. As long as I have enough yarn. Actually, I am going to take a few out, so it's a little longer than I wanted it. Okay. Sweet. Okay, and now we're just going to slip stitch all the way back down the strap. Gives it a little more definition without it being a super thick strap. I've seen some people that like single crochet back, and I just feel like that's a thick strap, and I'm not into that. ADHD radio. It does take a second to crochet back. 30 feet, or 30 inches, 30 feet. Holy cow, that would have been a really long strap. Really long. Maybe are you the queen of the pillows? Like it's sitting on a pile of pillows. That was awkward. Starting to wonder if maybe I shouldn't have put like a darker color for the border, but I can do that in the next one. I very seldomly do single color solid like this. So I think my brain's like trying to figure out what I'm doing. Because it is completely solid, it hasn't taken very long to work up without having to do color changes on a regular, and there will only be one end to crochet in, and one end to weave in. Well, two, I guess. We'll have the ring ends as well, but for the entire shirt, that's pretty good. I think usually you have a bunch of ends. Oh, we're halfway back. Woo-woo. But then I'll just go straight across the bottom, do the other strap, and then up and over this top. And then the main body of the shirt will be done. I will just need to then crochet around the ring and then connect it and add the straps at the top part of the ring, because I do want the ring to be completely covered. I don't want the plastic to be hanging out. Because it's made of plastic doesn't mean you need to see the plastic. I thought about doing like metal rings, but a lot of festivals have metal detectors, and that's not what you want to be setting off. And the plastic ones are going to be lighter too. So. On my leg this whole time, and now my foot is going to fall asleep. All of pieces of the strand under them. This is like 3 strands together, and sometimes I will miss just like one. Okay, so that's one side and one strap down. So now we'll go completely across the bottom. Three single crochets in each space. And then this is where we will cover up that end from when we started the project, getting our first original end. Yep. Okay, and now that I'm at the center, which is where the very start of the project, very teeny tiny hole, so that's going to get just one single crochet, not three like the rest of the spaces, because that is where we originally started. So that's got 7 stitches shoved into one stitch, so it's already a jam-packed area. We're not getting 3 more single crochets in there, we're just going to do one. And that's also the start of crocheting in that single end that I have to crochet in. So 1 there, and then 3. Okay. Now the end is gone, and the bottom is flush and consistent. So completely got rid of that end and made everything nice and flush, which is what I was going for. So that's nice. And again on this end, because it's the first corner where I started flattening it and making the side, going to be bent a little tight there, but it straightens out once you put the border in there. So now that I made it to the other side, I make the second strap, chain it to match this side. So this time I won't use the tape measure, I will just use the other strap. Try to make those two as even as possible. Which again may not be how you like to do your straps, but that's just the quickest way I've found to do mine. Do all of the yarn, not just part of it. Kilos. One more for the turn, and then slip stitch all the way back. It's on a side by side in the dirt bike. say 2 more minutes. Can't round up. Whatever. All right. Which is good because it's getting to be about dinner time. So I should definitely have this outfit will be completed today, and then tomorrow, on tomorrow's Crochet with Me, I will start a new pair of shorts, and I think a darker color, or maybe I will go with a pastel color tomorrow. I do want to make a couple, I want to make a few that are neutral colors, and I want to make a few that are crazy and bright colors, so maybe I will do those tomorrow. But that will be, that'll be tomorrow's Crochet with Me video. Will be a start of, I think, a pair of shorts, maybe a pair of pants. Maybe I'll do a pair of pants tomorrow. But I will start those on tomorrow's Crochet with Me, and then hopefully finish them the day after. I'm not sure exactly how many days or which days a week that I want to record. But I think I would like to challenge myself to post at least a 1-hour video every single day. Let's go with for the next 30 days. That's going to be my challenge to myself. Do a video a day for the next 30, or one 1-hour video a day for the next 30 days. Because like I said earlier, I've had a lot of issues with my self-confidence, and that has put my crochet on the back burner. Unfortunately, in order to sell my items, I have to post about my items, and I like the Crochet with Me videos. It helps motivate me to keep working and to put my business first when I'm on camera. So as a mom of 5, I have a very big issue with putting everybody else's needs first. But now that everyone is getting older, I am able to have more free time. And yeah, That's what I want to put my free time towards, is building my business. So that starts, I think, here. That's where I decided it starts. So it's what I'm running with. Could be doing it all wrong, but that's okay. It's what I do anyway. Almost got this one done, this other side done. And then I'm pretty close to having the entire main top part done. And then it'll just be the added of the straps, because yeah, I have almost 3 sides done, so I have the top point and the other, so I have 2 sides left. It's just the round up and around the top. So I should be able to finish that in the next 10 and a half minutes. Math that time. I don't know why I can't do that every time I try. Woo, 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 woo. One single crochet. What are we doing? Do a decrease in the middle of the border. That would be cool. So right here, because it's a turn, I'm doing 4 there and then a chain, and then going to the next one. Not a half double crochet though. Still staying with singles. I get to crocheting so fast my hands start to do crazy things. We're trying to make that corner and not just a bunched up weird area. So let's make it that way. I don't want anything to bunch. I want everything to look as streamlined as possible. Actually, this isn't flat side. I was going to set my mouth and then try to talk. Okay. Since this isn't the flat side, what I need to do is I need to do a chain 1 in between all of them, because there is a chain 1. Started doing that triple coat. Started doing a double crochet instead of a single crochet, and then I tried to say triple crochet instead of treble crochet. Great. Stop doing the yarn over. You don't need that. Completely spaced, because the flat side is just 3 double crochet, or a double crochet to separate everything, but the top part isn't like that. It'll just be maybe a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. And let's see how this works. There's a problem with doing this like this. Yeah, it's creating a bunch of 2s. Actually, no. The sides here, the side and the bottom, those are all just a flat single or a flat double crochet to make that side the way it is. But for the top, I don't know why I didn't think about this until just now. But for this top triangle portion, what I'm going to need to do is do a single crochet in each stitch plus a single crochet in each chain one in order to keep that flush. I don't know why it took so many tries before my brain just went, duh, single crochet in every stitch. Why are you making this complicated? That's how crochet works. Yeah, that's just what we're going to do. Just a single crochet in every stitch. Like a normal crocheter would. Leave it to me and make everything happy. Because you don't want your border to be too tight, because then it'll make your project bunch and just look weird. We want the border to keep it flush and make it look finished. And that's not going to do it if it's making it strangle itself. So, stitch in each double crochet and a stitch in each chain one space. Making things more complicated for no reason. I'm hoping I'm not the only crocheter out there who does that, but I'm very good at it. And it's harder for myself than they necessarily need to be. And if I could have figured this out in under like 3 minutes that it took me to figure out, I would have probably gotten this done on time. So I'm going to keep that going just all the way around. So with the top peak having a chain 2 at the top, I'm going to also do 2 singles there as well. Single crochet for every single stitch. Last side. almost done with the border. Yay! And I only had to frog once, and it was only a little section. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, I'm just going to try to make a double crochet in just the middle of all these circles. The doubles for too long. I keep trying to go back. Oops, she was final one. Oh, there's my scissors. Dang it. Scissors. Someone's always taking them. Get that off. Pull that through. Alright. The main part, border, and the first set of straps is done. This, like I said, is in the corset up the back. And that's an hour and a half of Crochet with me with Crochet with Cherry. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll see you next time on tomorrow's video. Have a great day.